We turn now to Robert and work with his toughest intrusive memories. Please note that he has been through conventional therapy for almost 30 years and still describes his PTSD as severe.
And that's why you have less emotional reaction, even though it's by no means done. You still describe it as severe, okay?
Right, because I have certain memories that are very severe that I just, when I start thinking about them or when something comes up where I'm remembering them, I do anything I can to forget them.
Of course. What we're going to do here is deal with that energy system directly, not with the memory. We use the memory kind of like a guide. But we're going to deal with the energy system. And the way we do that, and why this appears so strange to people, is we have you tap on certain points of your body, under your eye over here and here, and under your arm and here. And we have you do a bunch of things which are seemingly strange and appear to be nothing like psychology, nothing whatsoever like it. And yet it really is, because what you will find if we're successful here is you'll find as we tap on this, you're going to find some of the emotional reactions you have subside. And get less and less and less. To the point where we've had many people sitting in your chair here in the last couple of days who have gotten over headaches, they've gotten over a lot of anxious feelings, they've taken a lot of their intrusive memories, and they've been able to talk right through from beginning to end with no intensity whatsoever, whereas before on a scale of 0 to 10 it went to a 10, bang, like that, just like I think years ago, quickly, okay?
Insomnia, where they have slept.
Yeah, we've had people, we just, Phil right here had insomnia, and we just had him give a testimonial, and he's been sleeping fine, and so on. So anyway, I can't give you promises, but I'll go tell you this does not hurt. And so we'll give it the experience. We won't have you doing things which seem strange. I'll have you tapping here, for example, and among other things, rolling your eyes around in your head and humming, like a song, a happy birthday. That's to get your right brain involved. That's the creative part. And then counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's to get your left brain involved. But and we'll have you rubbing a sore spot, and we'll have you saying some affirmations like, I accept myself even though I have this thought, or even though I have this feeling, or something. So you just have to kind of flow with us, okay?
Next, we have Robert pick out his most intense memory. He labels it the kid, and we start balancing the energy system by using affirmations and tapping on certain body locations. It comes down from a 9.5 to a 5 to a 2.5 to a 0. To this point, we have just addressed this memory in a general way. He is now ready to tell the story.
Do you feel comfortable now in discussing it and telling us?
Yeah, because I can kind of separate myself from it now.
Okay. Here's the way we do it, though, okay? Remember, we're not into having big pain.
Right.
Okay. What I'd like to have you do is this 1 or 2 minute movie, which has the intense part with the kid in it. I'd like to have you maybe start a little bit before that, where it's comfortable to talk about it, and then start getting into it. And as you get into it, and closer to things that might make you intense, if you get intense, you let me know immediately. Say, I'm getting intense now.
Okay.
We want to stop right there and deal with this, okay? So go ahead, start.
And let me just interject this. You don't have to get up to a high number. When you start feeling any emotion about it, let us know.
Okay.
Yeah. Even a 3 or a 4. Even a 3 or a 4, we want to know about it, okay? So go ahead.
I can remember coming into a village, and a buddy of mine, the guy that was driving the truck, wanted to stop for some reason. I kind of have a suspicion what he wanted to stop for, but we were stopped outside a bar, and he was inside, and I had a kid kept coming up the truck, and I kept telling him to get away, and he kept coming, and I wasn't paying too much attention to him. I figured he was just curious, and then I started looking at him, and I noticed he had a grenade in his hand with a pin pulled.
How do you feel when you say that?
A little anxious, not bad.
Give me a number.
2, maybe 2.5.
Yeah, well, we're going to stop, okay? And you can resume the story in a minute, but we're just, okay. Yeah, I accept myself. Do it yourself. I accept myself even though I still have some of this kid emotion.
I accept myself even though I still have some of this kid emotion. I accept myself even.
Okay, collarbone. Now go back to that point where you seen the boy with the grenade with the pin pulled, and tell me if it's still a 2 or 3 or whatever it was.
I can see him, and almost like I'm just watching a movie.
Okay, all right, good. That's what we want. All right, continue on with the story, but be sure you tell me about intensity as you go on, okay?
He came up, he kept coming, and I kept telling him, don't come any closer, drop the grenade, and he kept coming at me, and he was, I remember it now, he was kind of in a, almost like the kid was in a trance. And so I took a rifle and I fired 2 rounds down his feet. The kid still kept coming. And
how do you feel when you say that?
Anxious.
Okay, give me a number.
3 maybe.
3, okay. Rub it yourself. I accept myself even though I still have some of this kid emotion.
I accept myself even though I still have some of this kid emotion.
Okay, tune back into that now. You fired two rounds at his feet and he still keeps coming.
Just like I'm watching a movie.
Okay, continue on.
And he kept coming, and I kept trying to, finally I didn't have any choice, I had to shoot him.
How's that feel?
Anxious, because I don't like, it's something I didn't want to do.
Now, 0 to 10, where are you?
Probably an 8.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay. I accept myself even though I have this kid emotion.
I accept myself even though I still have this kid emotion.
I accept myself even though I shot the kid.
I accept myself even though I shot the kid.
2 more times.
I accept.
Where are you now?
Probably down to about a 0.
You think you're a 0?
About maybe a half a 0.
Okay.
I can see the kid. I can see him laying there dead.
Have you ever been able to see the kid laying there dead and having the emotional response you have now?
No.
A 0. Has it always been a 10 or something?
It's always been at least a 10.
Okay.
One final visit with Robert. He came in for another session the next morning and reported that he had had his best night's sleep in 5 years. I then tested the kid emotion one more time to see if the passage of 24 hours had brought anything back. Please notice that he has no trace of it left.
That, it doesn't bother me at all. It
doesn't bother you at all?
No.
Even the part where you shot the boy in the head?
No, because I look at that like, hey, I had to do it. It was me or him. Now I'm looking at it like, okay, it's him or I. There's no 2 ways. There's no 2 ways about it.
Now, what's really interesting for any other vets or anybody else watching this is we did this procedure yesterday, and the parts of it that we directly addressed with the tapping, you don't have any emotional intensity over.
Not really, because I'm looking at it from I'm looking at it from a rational point of view.